Okay, so this short video is basically talking about what you can expect from me throughout this course, and also what I expect from you throughout this course. So we have a little deal going on here, all right? So first of all, from my side of things, as I've already spoken to you all anyway, you'll have some idea, but I'll just put it all together here. You can expect from me, each week we are going to have 2 Zoom calls that are live, okay? And the first Zoom call is going to be basically a lesson. Now, I might simply just talk without any kind of script about what it is, the information that we are going to discuss in that course, or I might do a slide show which you will be able to download and keep yourselves, and all those resources will be left in there so you can watch and read and listen to them whenever you want to. So I will basically do 1 lesson a week, and that will be, I will aim to keep that lesson to an hour, maximum an hour and a half, okay, because there's only so much our brains can process in that period of time. Now, I don't intend necessarily to talk solidly at you for an hour or an hour and a half, but a lot of it will be me imparting knowledge. So that's when I'm in teacher mode, okay? So there's a lot of difference between a teacher, a mentor, a coach, a tutor, all those different things, a facilitator. But at that point, I'll be in teacher mode. So I will be sharing some of the basic knowledge with you. Okay, and that's not to say that we can't have some kind of discussion or you can't ask questions, but at that point it will be mostly me giving you some information. So you will want to have a notebook and a pen handy, all right, so you can take notes of anything, either things that occur to you in your mind or things that you feel is important to write down because it's a useful piece of information for you, or that you think you might forget. Now, of course, you are going to have this all there for you to watch again, but I really urge and encourage you to get some actual paper and a pen, get yourselves organised and get ready, because when we write things down, it reinforces our learning, as I'm sure many of you are aware. So that's the first one, and then a couple of days later, and we're going to discuss in our introductory Zoom call the exact times and days we're going to be doing the course, and we're going to stick to those 2 days every week to save confusion. So the second day is going to be a bit more like a seminar. So a seminar discussion, for example, when I was at university, we used to have lectures and seminars, and the lecture was imparting the information and the seminar was basically going over and having a discussion of those things in more detail. I actually feel that it's more of a group discussion than a strict seminar as such. It's going to be more of a discussion where we talk about practical applications of things. You will be able to talk and ask questions about anything that has come up from the lesson for you don't understand, or that you want to expand on, or that you want to discuss, or you don't agree with, or you agree with, and we're going to have those discussions in those groups, and it's where we will perhaps do some of the activities as well, and I will also observe how everybody is participating in those discussions. So again, I would say that's going to be about an hour and a half of your time, possibly stretched to 2 hours. We'll see how it goes. All right. So that's what you can expect from me in actual showing up. All right. I will also be putting into the group, the course dashboard, all of your course materials. So if there are any handouts, they will go in there under the correct week. If there are any slideshows, they're going to be in there so you can download them. I will also put together, as the weeks go on, I'll put together a list of useful links and reading that you might want to do over and above, just to support your learning and support your own wellness as well. So I know I've had a request from one person saying a reading list would be quite useful. So I will put some books in that list, so you can go off and read things if you want to, extra things that usually that I've found useful or interesting, okay, that's related to the work that we're doing. So that's what I will do. I will also be available for you to communicate with me throughout the week, and we will have our discussion in person about what that looks like, because I will add a caveat: within reason. Okay, I think the people in this group understand, you know, how I work, and I don't think I'm going to have any challenges with that. But basically, you know, you can email me, you can send me a text message, we can arrange to have a phone call if you need some support with anything, because sometimes the topics might raise some you know, some feelings in you that you just need to talk about and discuss with somebody one-to-one. I will go as far as to say that our group discussion on the second session will also perhaps behave a bit like group process, and we'll discuss what that actually means. So it's almost like a group therapeutic environment where we do that together, and it's often more helpful when we've come together as a group to bring those things to the group and discuss them out in the open with each other, because then we all learn from each other. Okay, so I would just keep an eye on the balance of that. If it's something that really needs a bit of work, then, you know, we could discuss the benefit of whether you might need to talk to me on a one-to-one basis. But generally, the whole point of this is that we are learning how to be peers and support each other as peers within this group. All right. So what do I need from you? You know, this is actually an accredited qualification, which means that you need to have completed and achieved certain things in order to pass the course. Okay, and we will do everything together to enable you to do that. The assignments that I will be setting are not going to be great big huge long essays. There might be a little bit of writing, there might be some quizzes. A lot of it is going to be me observing you participating, so I really need you to participate. I need you to find your voice and know and understand, when we have built this safe and secure environment with each other, that it's safe for you to do that. So we need to be committed to turning up to the sessions for a start. The course will be recorded, but there's no match for actually being there when we are doing the actual live calls. So I want you to show some commitment. Aside from the fact that it's useful for you to turn up every single time, it actually disrupts the group dynamic if people are constantly dropping in and out. Okay, so it's really important that whilst we do it for ourselves, in this kind of, what we're learning to do is to be there for people in the community, and that requires reliability, consistency and commitment. Okay, so it's really important that you turn up, even if you don't really feel like it, even if you can't be bothered. When we are doing this work with other people in the community, we have to show up. We have to show up. Okay, and So that's it. It's kind of consistency. We need to be consistent with people. It's really, really important. So you will get your assignments given to you every week, and you will have the opportunity to do those throughout the week. Now, the course is 6 weeks long. If you need a bit of extra time to do some of the work after the end of the course, then that's absolutely fine. And we will agree a kind of timeline for that as we go through. But if you can keep up with the work during each week, it's going to be a lot easier for you at that point, because then you can get feedback. So obviously I will have to mark your work and give you feedback each time, and it's going to be really useful if we can do that in some of our calls. Okay. What else? The calls will be recorded. I've already said that. I did have something in my mind that I was going to let you know. Yeah, so you, in terms of passing the course, I'm sure this is probably quite obvious to you, but you will only pass the course if you have done all the work and participated. Okay, so you know, I think that's probably self-evident. It's a qualification, and we need to make sure that the standard is that's required has been met, because we actually have to submit some of the work to the accrediting organisation to ensure that we're marking things in line with the right standards and all of that sort of thing. So we do have to see your work, we have to mark it, and then we have to share it. Okay. Oh, that was the other thing. It's really, really important. You will need to keep a reflective journal throughout the whole course, and I will talk to you more about that on our Friday Zoom call, in our introductory Zoom call. But make sure that you have a special notebook that's dedicated to your reflections. I'm not going to go into what it is right now, because we will discuss that further, but you are part of the although I don't need to read necessarily everything that's in your reflective journal, at the end of it, you need to present me your reflective. I need to see that you've actually kept a reflective journal, and we will discuss on Friday why that's an important thing for you to do for a course like this. Okay, so I think that's all the questions that I had in my mind that are relevant to what we should expect from each other. We will perhaps put together some initial guidelines if we feel that it's necessary for us to do that to begin with. And, you know, we can always, as I say, this is about us being really grown up and learning how to have constructive debate with each other, and you know, we're going to be sharing all sorts of things that, you know, only what you feel comfortable sharing, obviously, but we're going to be sharing a lot of ourselves, and I'm sure we will have got to know each other quite well by the end of the course. And so we just approach this in an adult manner. I'm very easygoing and approachable, and I'm happy to have a discussion about any sort of thing. So even if we disagree on topics, that's absolutely fine. It's really important that we have that debate. So we need to be really considerate and mindful of perhaps how we are expressing ourselves towards each other in the group setting. And yeah, so I think I will leave it there now. As I say, I'm really, really excited, and I'll see you in our first Zoom call.